it is. It's the 2020. It's a 6-speed manual transmission. I've got the transfer case pulled out right now. Both drive shafts off, obviously. Here's what it looks like underneath. So I tore this thing down, and I've been doing a little inspection on wearing. I failed to mention that I have just had the differentials re-geared, brought them back for re-inspection after a re-gear, and they put my truck up on a lift and ran it to hear the noise and told me that my transfer case sounded like an engine with no oil in it. So here we are. Things that I noticed: this is the front output shaft. Significant rust, corrosion. Not sure if that's from leaking past the drive shaft itself. Shift forks look okay. I mean, that looks like it's getting a little bit of wear on that pad there. A little bit of wear on that pad there as well. The rear looks perfectly fine. No noise coming out of the front output shaft bearings. This was making this sound in 2-wheel drive. Things that appear to be worn are the planetary is all scraped up right there. Looks like it failed to get oil between the thrust washer. I noticed this sprocket is making a little bit of noise and has quite a bit of resistance. Not sure if you can hear that, but just kind of is making a little bit of noise. The teeth on these don't really look polished or pitted or anything like that. Maybe a little bit. All the rest of them sound pretty good. No noise really. Besides that, I noticed there was wear here along the case extension. By the way, I never failed one of my services. I changed all my oils 10,000 miles early. So that's kind of out of the question. Made sure that I was on a level surface and oil poured out of the top fill port. The pump seems to have a little bit of wear. Not sure if it failed. Not sure if it's still good to go. I've got a new one on order either way, because while it's cracked open, it's getting a new pump. Cheap insurance. There's that. That fits in right there. Pick up here. It's not clogged at all. Got some ATF residue on it. This was still in good order. What else was there? The input shaft. Here's inside of the input shaft. This washer is not rock hard, but it's definitely stiffer than it should be. This bearing inside, with the output shaft, let me get this balanced right here. Feels like it's about as good as we're gonna get. The output shaft here, completely disassembled, is rubbing slightly. Whenever you remove it a little bit, it's got quite a bit of wobble in it. Not sure if that's a safe amount of play, but it's moving probably 1/6 of an inch, an 1/8 of an inch. I'm not sure what condition this was because I stuck a screw into the input shaft seal in order to get it out, because the retaining clip for the input shaft is underneath a seal that would normally be right here. I'm not sure. Ah, there it is. You can see the screw that went through there. It would normally be right there. This whole thing is going to get replaced because one of my buddies decided to go and send a screwdriver right into the edge of that. Also, the wear here on the back side. Don't want to go and add additional clearance, but that's the seal. Not sure if this is the same one out of a NP241 or 231. Yeah, as I was saying, this bearing, it's got a nice sticky spot in there. Not sure what that's about. That could have been causing. That could have been from that screw driving through there. I'm not sure. Didn't hit a wheel. Let's see if we can even see where it went in at. Is that it? Yeah, it looks like that was it right there, right over a ball. So that's very possible that that's the issue. Yeah, this is the same bearing out of a NP231, same part number if you look it up. It is a, let's see if I can focus that, BO50-8. Yeah, by NSK. The output shaft bearings are a 6207 by GBC. I'm pretty sure that's a standard. I was looking up that bearing part number. Let's see. I'm not sure if that was an E or an F. Let's see if I can get it focused. E or F. It looks like it was an E, but it was worn in right there. 23M on that section. So looking these up, Mopar wants like $80, $83 for one of these on a website with a deal, and you can find them for about 25 bucks. Same with this input shaft bearing. Mopar charges, I ordered off of worldpartsdirect.com. They're asking 100 and some bucks, and this is on most websites for a NP231, same part number, everything, but it's going for about $20. So yeah, yeah, that's about all I have to share with you guys. Any of you transmission guys out there or whatnot, I could get your input. You know, do these gears look worn? Is that a normal sound to hear out of one of these? Is there too much resistance there? Please just drop a comment and let me know. There's also this little bit of wear here on the output shaft, but it's not significant enough. You can't really feel it, so I'm gonna go ahead and leave that. But yeah, that was there on the oil pump. That's where that goes in at. So you can see a little bit of wearing there. So yeah, hope this helps somebody out. But yeah, transmission guys, just let me know.